We ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time.
Sean Diddy, who is facing an investigation for alleged inappropriate behavior, you know what I mean, was arrested last week. A list of A-list Hollywood celebrities who might have links with Diddy's freak-off party sessions has been doing rounds on social media. Sean Diddy's list of Hollywood celebs part of his freak-off sessions, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Jennifer Lopez, Usher, and more. Here is a full list you will want to know. What happened at Sean Diddy Combs' 30 freak-off parties? A Department of Homeland Security agent involved in the recent raid on Diddy's Miami mansion provided alarming insights into what he described as the intimate rooms of the home. According to the agent, these spaces were outfitted with numerous surveillance cameras, specifically positioned to capture every moment of the activities occurring within. The agent told the New York Post, if you were part of those gatherings, you were being recorded from every conceivable angle, including some you wouldn't even realize. He detailed how Diddy allegedly had the capability to monitor these events remotely, stating that the artist could view the recordings on his phone and even cast the footage onto a television in another part of the house. This setup allowed him to be physically absent from the room while still keeping a close eye on the proceedings, although the agent claimed Diddy was often present during these gatherings. Furthermore, the agent reported concerning evidence indicating that many of the women involved did not appear to have full autonomy during these encounters. He stated, "We have video evidence suggesting that some of the women were clearly not in a state to consent while these men were engaging with them." Which celebrities attended Sean Diddy Combs' parties? Over the years, Sean Diddy Combs has hosted a series of lavish and highly publicized gatherings known as the White Parties in the Hamptons, attracting a roster of A-list celebrities. Guests at these extravagant events have included notable figures such as Jennifer Lopez, Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Leonardo DiCaprio. The allure of these parties has drawn in many more high-profile attendees, including Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson, Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon, Howard Stern, Aretha Franklin, Martha Stewart, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z. While these events have garnered significant media attention and speculation, Pedestrian TV clarifies that it does not suggest any involvement of these celebrities in criminal activities associated with Diddy. However, recent court documents cited by the Mirror have raised serious allegations concerning Diddy's private recordings. The documents claim that Combs possesses video evidence of numerous celebrities, music industry executives, and professional athletes purportedly engaged in illegal activities, and notably, that these individuals were recorded without their knowledge or consent. Everyone named in P. Diddy's abuse lawsuits. Cuba Gooding Jr. The allegations surrounding Academy Award-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr. are deeply troubling and paint a concerning picture of his interactions with others. Lil Rod has claimed that Diddy was, in essence, grooming him to pass him off to his friends, a fear that materialized when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. aboard Diddy's yacht. This introduction, seemingly innocent at first, took a disturbing turn. Court documents detail photographs of the encounter, highlighting an unsettling dynamic. In the first image, Diddy can be seen engaged in conversation with Cuba, his arms wrapped around the actor in what appears to be a friendly embrace. However, the subsequent photo shifts the narrative. It captures Cuba with his arm around Lil Rod, a smirk on his face that raises questions about the true nature of their interaction. The court filings further allege that Cuba Gooding Jr. began to engage in inappropriate behavior, reportedly touching and fondling Mr. Jones in various intimate areas. Despite Mr. Jones's clear rejection of these advances, Cuba allegedly persisted until Mr. Jones felt compelled to forcibly push him away to escape the unwanted physical contact. This incident is not an isolated event for Cuba Gooding Jr. In recent years, he has faced multiple allegations of sexual misconduct. In 2019, he was arrested on misdemeanor charges of forcible touching and abuse after allegedly groping a woman in Times Square. By the following year, the situation escalated, with 3 additional women coming forward to accuse him of non-consensual sexual touching. Ultimately, Cuba reached a deal with prosecutors that mandated 6 months of counseling but spared him from any jail time. There's an unmistakable pattern emerging in the allegations against Cuba Gooding Jr., prompting the sentiment that where there's smoke, there's fire. The recurrence of similar accusations against him, separated by several years, raises significant concerns about his behavior and conduct. Given the nature of these allegations, it seems increasingly unlikely that Cuba will evade accountability this time around. The fallout from the initial allegations has already begun to manifest, with notable figures within Hollywood and other influential circles distancing themselves from him following the first wave of sexual assault claims. This trend suggests a growing awareness and unwillingness to associate with individuals facing such serious accusations. Given the gravity of the current allegations, it's hard to imagine he could slip through the cracks again. As for the potential legal repercussions stemming from Lil Rod's allegations, there exists a possibility that Cuba Gooding Jr. could face charges. However, the issue of the statute of limitations looms large. Depending on the timeline of the alleged incident, the Adult Survivors Act, a legislative measure that has enabled many victims to file lawsuits, provides a specific window for such claims to be pursued. The window of opportunity will be critical in determining the viability of any legal action. Equally important will be the role of witnesses in this unfolding situation. Given that these incidents might not yield physical evidence such as DNA, the case could hinge heavily on eyewitness accounts. Testimonies from those present could prove vital in corroborating Lil Rod's claims, particularly regarding Cuba's alleged inappropriate behavior. However, a key question remains. Will witnesses feel compelled to come forward? Jennifer Lopez. Lil Rod's lawsuit has brought another high-profile name into the spotlight. Jennifer Lopez. Her connection to this case stems from her past relationship with Diddy, which is entwined with a notorious incident that occurred over 2 decades ago. While they were dating, Lopez was allegedly involved in a shooting at a New York City nightclub, an event that has resurfaced as Lil Rod's team seeks to outline Diddy's troubling history. According to court documents, Lil Rod's legal team asserts that Diddy's RICO enterprise has been in operation for at least 20 years, tracing back to the infamous December 27, 1999 nightclub shooting. They claim that during this incident, Diddy instructed his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez to transport an illegal firearm into the club, which ultimately contributed to the chaos that ensued. At the time, both Diddy and Lopez were present at the club, along with rapper Shyne, who was later implicated in the aftermath of the shooting. Reports indicate that Diddy allegedly offered Shyne a substantial sum, around $1 million, to take the blame for the shooting and serve a decade-long prison sentence. This allegation paints a troubling picture of Diddy's willingness to manipulate those around him to evade responsibility. The inclusion of Jennifer Lopez as someone who allegedly brought the firearm raises significant legal and ethical questions. Could this be incriminating for her? It's possible, but there are substantial caveats. While the incident resulted in injuries, no fatalities occurred, which complicates the legal ramifications for all parties involved. Additionally, the statute of limitations plays a crucial role in this scenario. This legal concept imposes a time limit for prosecutors to bring charges against individuals. The specifics can vary significantly from state to state. However, one consistent rule is that there is no statute of limitations on murder. Therefore, if Diddy had been responsible for a death, whether directly or indirectly, Lopez could potentially find herself facing charges as a co-defendant due to her involvement. In contrast, because the shooting resulted in injuries to individuals who survived, the time limit for pursuing charges against Lopez likely would have elapsed, insulating her from criminal liability. Despite the absence of direct criminal liability, the reputational repercussions for Jennifer Lopez could be profound. As she rebrands herself, distancing from her past as Jenny from the Block, a time marked by her relationships with various hip-hop artists and her deep entrenchment in that culture, these resurfaced associations could cast a long shadow over her current and future endeavors. Now, married to Ben Affleck, Lopez is striving to cultivate a different public persona, one that may be jeopardized by the resurgence of these allegations. This renewed scrutiny could impact her career trajectory, influencing everything from movie deals to music collaborations. The implications might extend beyond mere legalities. They threaten to tarnish her carefully crafted image. In the entertainment industry, where perception often dictates opportunities, the echoes of past controversies can resonate powerfully, potentially leading to hesitance among collaborators and investors alike. Legal experts suggest that Lopez could contemplate a defamation suit against Lil Rod for the claims made in his lawsuit. However, pursuing this route may be fraught with challenges. In defamation cases, the truth serves as an absolute defense. If Lil Rod possesses evidence, such as photographs or documented interactions, that corroborate his allegations, it would complicate Lopez's ability to argue that his claims are fabricated. In such a scenario, a jury may find it difficult to dismiss the accusations as mere fabrications, especially if tangible evidence links her to the events in question. The stakes are high, and as Lopez navigates this turbulent landscape. Prince Harry. Lil Rod's court documents have taken a provocative turn by naming not only artists but also high-profile figures, including Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. The documents state, Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. Affiliation with and/or sponsorship of Mr. Combs's sex trafficking parties garnered legitimacy and access to political figures, artists, musicians, and international dignitaries like British Royal Prince Harry. This mention raises eyebrows, especially given that there are no allegations against Prince Harry himself. So, why include him in this context? The inclusion of Prince Harry appears to serve a strategic purpose, potentially aimed at enhancing the credibility of Lil Rod's claims. By referencing such a prominent figure, the implication is that Diddy leveraged his fame, wealth, and connections to create a facade of legitimacy around his gatherings. This suggests that these lavish parties, populated by celebrities and dignitaries, were used to insulate Diddy from scrutiny, while more disturbing activities occurred out of sight, perhaps in secluded rooms or hidden wings of the mansion. It's important to note that simply being present at one of these gatherings does not imply participation in or knowledge of any illicit activities. At a sprawling estate where parties are often hosted, guests could easily be separated by different floors and areas. Therefore, Prince Harry could have attended without being aware of any nefarious conduct happening elsewhere in the venue. In contrast, when discussing Prince Andrew, who faced significant scrutiny due to his connections to Jeffrey Epstein and allegations of misconduct involving underage individuals, the narrative shifts dramatically. Allegations against him are far more serious, given that they involve claims of direct involvement in exploitative situations. The juxtaposition highlights that while Prince Andrew's past is entangled in controversy, Prince Harry's association with Diddy seems more about illustrating the kind of elite company Diddy kept, rather than implicating him in wrongdoing. While Prince Harry currently faces no formal accusations, the mere association with the allegations involving Sean Diddy Combs could still pose a risk to his reputation. Given the nature of the claims and the high-profile context in which his name appears, there are concerns about how this could impact public perception. However, it seems unlikely that Prince Harry would pursue any defamation suit. as doing so would require navigating complex legal waters without clear grounds for a case. In light of his previous experiences, especially the scrutiny he and Meghan Markle have endured since stepping back from royal duties, it would be prudent for Harry to find ways to distance himself from the unfolding situation. A carefully crafted public statement could be an effective route, allowing him to clarify his attendance at such events while firmly denying any involvement in inappropriate conduct. He might consider addressing the issue directly by stating something along the lines of, "I attended the party mentioned, but I did not engage in any inappropriate behavior." As the situation develops, the timing of such a statement will be crucial. With no official backing from Buckingham Palace, which would typically handle communications for members of the royal family, any remarks would need to come directly from him. This independence could offer him the flexibility to express his stance on the matter without royal constraints, though it also places the onus on him to manage his public image. Interestingly, this scenario echoes the experience of other prominent figures, such as former President Bill Clinton, who was seen in the company of Jeffrey Epstein prior to Epstein's arrest. Despite the serious nature of the allegations against Epstein, Clinton did not seem to face significant fallout or repercussions stemming from his association with Epstein. His presence at those gatherings raised eyebrows, yet it did not translate into formal accusations or widespread criticism regarding his behavior. Ultimately, while Prince Harry's name may have been mentioned in a context that raises questions, the degree of impact on his reputation will largely depend on his response and the public's interpretation of his involvement, or lack thereof, in any alleged wrongdoing. List of Hollywood celebrities associated with Diddy. Sean "Diddy" Combs has long been a prominent figure in Hollywood, known for hosting lavish parties that attracted a wide array of stars, including his former girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, Titanic star Leonardo DiCaprio, and socialite Paris Hilton. The guest list at these gatherings reads like a who's who of the entertainment industry, featuring notable personalities such as Kim Kardashian, Howard Stern, Kelly Osbourne, Aretha Franklin, Martha Stewart, Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson, Regis Philbin, Vera Wang, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Mariah Carey, and Nick Cannon. However, amidst the glitz and glamour, questions linger about which attendees may have been aware of or implicated in the serious allegations against Diddy regarding his involvement in sexual trafficking. Reports suggest that the atmosphere at Diddy's parties was often described as weird by those who attended. A former drug dealer for the rapper recounted to the New York Post that many guests were already under the influence of substances like ketamine and GHB by the time he arrived. This testimony paints a troubling picture of the party scene, raising concerns about the dynamics at play within Diddy's social circles. Currently, Diddy faces serious legal challenges, having pleaded not guilty to charges of sexual trafficking. He has been ordered to remain in custody at a Manhattan jail pending his trial, with bail denied on 2 separate occasions. The gravity of the situation is underscored by a lawsuit filed by a woman who claims Diddy drugged and violently assaulted her, reportedly filming the incident for the purpose of exploiting it for others' titillation. The indictment against him outlines a pattern of control over the victim, characterized by physical violence, promises of career opportunities, granting and threatening to withhold financial support, and by other coercive means, which included the provision of controlled substances. Such allegations not only tarnish Diddy's reputation, but also cast a shadow over the numerous celebrities who have mingled in his orbit. As the case unfolds, the public and the industry will likely scrutinize the implications of these revelations and the extent of awareness among those who frequented his parties. The ongoing legal proceedings are set to bring further clarity to the situation, but the stigma attached to these serious allegations may reverberate through Hollywood for some time to come. What celebs have said about Diddy's infamous parties. While numerous celebrities have publicly acknowledged attending Diddy's various parties, details remain murky regarding who may have participated in the alleged freak-offs. Reflecting on his extravagant gatherings, Diddy had previously expressed an awareness of the potential controversy they might provoke. In a 1999 interview with Entertainment Tonight, he remarked, "They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. Whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizons, people get intimidated. It's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it." Moreover, during a 2002 appearance on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Diddy humorously discussed his approach to hosting successful parties. When asked about his secret to throwing a killer party, he cheekily stated, "Women. Beautiful women, of course. Beautiful men for the ladies, of course. You need some water. I don't know if guys have noticed this, but a lot of ladies drink water at parties, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave. Gotta keep them there. Need locks on the doors." When O'Brien suggested that the idea of using locks sounded kinda dangerous, Diddy playfully countered that it was a little kinky. As the legal proceedings unfold, the spotlight on Diddy and his past associations continues to grow, prompting celebrities and the public alike to reconsider the implications of attending his parties. Here is what various stars have said about their choices to attend or skip events hosted by Diddy over the years, as this unfolding scandal may very well reshape perceptions of those connected to him. Ashton Kutcher. A lot I can't tell. During a 2019 interview on Hot Ones, Ashton Kutcher was asked about his experiences attending parties hosted by Sean Diddy Combs, a query that prompted a chuckle and a hesitant response from the actor. "I've got a lot I can't tell," Kutcher admitted, hinting at the complexity and perhaps the unsavory nature of his memories associated with these gatherings. He continued, "Can't tell that one either. I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man? That was some weird memory lane thing?" Suggesting that his recollections were both vivid and perhaps not entirely appropriate for public discussion. Kutcher elaborated on the unconventional nature of his friendship with Diddy, describing it as really bizarre. He recounted how their relationship initially blossomed over a mutual understanding stemming from Kutcher's prank show Punk'd. Diddy famously challenged him, saying, "Yo, you can't punk me," to which Kutcher replied, "I don't know what to tell you, everybody is on the table." This playful banter marked the beginning of their friendship, leading to a close bond where they would often hang out and watch football together. Ice Cube. During a concert on September 22nd in Las Vegas, the rapper took a moment to address his fans directly, aiming to distance himself from the ongoing controversy surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. In a candid remark captured by audience members and circulated on social media, he stated emphatically, "Me and WC ain't never been to a Diddy party." His comments served as both a reassurance and a declaration of innocence, as he continued, "You ain't gotta worry about us on those mother-ing tapes." Kelly Ripa. In a June 2023 episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, Kelly Ripa shared her enthusiasm for attending one of Diddy's star-studded gatherings. When guest Mary J. Blige mentioned, "I was in Capri and I was actually visiting my big brother Puff's boat," Ripa quickly chimed in with excitement, saying, "Next time you go on Puff's boat, we'd love to join." Damon Dash. In a September 22nd Instagram Live, Dash addressed the resurfacing of old photos showing him at a Diddy-hosted party alongside Jay-Z and Jennifer Lopez. "I didn't go to those parties," he stated. "The only one I went to was in the Hamptons about 20 years ago with Aaliyah, and that's it. But a lot of people were there. You know what I mean?" He added, "Nothing happened in the Hamptons. That's when I met Aaliyah. We hung out, and then we left. That's all there was to it. That was 20 years ago. Not in LA or Miami. I know they'll try to twist those pictures around, but it's all good. I really don't care." Dash and Aaliyah dated from 2000 until her tragic passing the following year. Khloe Kardashian. In an August 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kardashian hinted at her experience at a Diddy party. Kourtney Kardashian asked Khloe, "So who was with you this weekend?" Chloe responded, "A bunch of my friends," and mentioned names like Diddy and French Montana. Later in the episode, she elaborated on the party, saying, "Honestly, I think half the people were just butt naked." Usher. During a 2016 interview on The Howard Stern Show, Usher reflected on his experience living with Diddy for a year as a teenager in the 90s. He said, "I went there to see the lifestyle, and I definitely saw it, but I don't know if I could really indulge or even understand what I was looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy." When Stern asked if he would allow any of his kids to attend one of Diddy's parties, Usher quickly replied, "Hell no." 50 Cent. In a July interview with The Hollywood Reporter, 50 Cent was candid about his aversion to attending Diddy's parties and the atmosphere surrounding them. He remarked, "I've been very vocal about not going to puffy parties and doing stuff like that. I've been staying out of that for years. There's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it." The rapper elaborated on a specific encounter he had with Diddy, saying, "He once asked me to go shopping with him, and I thought that was the weirdest thing. That's more of something you'd expect a man to say to a woman. I just felt like, nah, I'm not dealing with this weird energy or this strange vibe, especially given how he was moving. Because of that experience, I just didn't feel comfortable around him." Ray J. In a September 20th interview on Chris Cuomo's show on News Nation, Ray J addressed the recent allegations surrounding Diddy's parties, specifically denying any involvement in or awareness of illicit activities. He stated, "I've never witnessed any crimes or sex trafficking at Diddy's gatherings. We've never seen the things that are being talked about in the media. The kinds of situations people are describing, I've never encountered in any rooms I've been in, and I didn't even know those kinds of things existed." Cat Williams. During a January interview on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams revealed the lengths he's gone to in order to maintain his integrity, specifically mentioning that he has turned down offers totaling $50 million on 4 separate occasions. "I've had to say no to a Diddy party," he explained. "P. Diddy loves to throw a party, and sometimes you just have to tell him no. And I did. I've got the receipts to back up everything I'm saying, which is why I can speak so freely about it." He also hinted at a wave of celebrity scandals that could soon emerge, suggesting that many figures in Hollywood, including Diddy, may soon find themselves in the spotlight. "It's open season for all of them," he declared. "It doesn't matter if it's Diddy or anyone else. The truth is going to come out." Leonardo DiCaprio. A source close to Leonardo DiCaprio has made it clear that the acclaimed actor has not been in contact with Sean Diddy Combs for several years and did not participate in any of the so-called freak-offs. The insider emphasized to the Daily Mail, Leonardo DiCaprio has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. The source elaborated that while DiCaprio did attend a few of Diddy's parties in the early 2000s, it was a time when many celebrities were involved in similar social gatherings. "Everyone went to those parties. They were simply big house parties, not the kind of events people are insinuating now," the source clarified. At that time, DiCaprio was still at the beginning of his illustrious career and has since moved on from that lifestyle. Justin Bieber. Bieber, who was discovered at 13 by former marketing executive Scooter Braun, signed to Raymond Braun Music Group, a joint venture between Braun and Usher they created specifically for Bieber. In a video Bieber uploaded to his YouTube channel in November 2009, when he would have been 15 years old, which has attracted renewed attention, Combs announces that Bieber is spending 48 hours with Diddy, saying, "Where we're hanging out and what we're doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream." In the video, Combs says he doesn't have legal guardianship of Bieber for the 48-hour period like he had when Usher stayed with him. He then asks Bieber what he wants to do, and Bieber says, "Let's go get some girls." Combs replies, "A man after my own heart. That's what I'm talking about." In another video uploaded to Combs' YouTube channel in December 2010, When Bieber was 16, Combs teaches Bieber how to swag walk and tells Bieber, "You starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out how we used to hang out." In the years since, Bieber and Combs were pictured together less frequently, but appeared to remain on good terms. There's a reason Diddy's famous friends have stayed silent amid his arrest. Some observers and media outlets have voiced criticism toward Diddy's friends and collaborators for their conspicuously silent stance regarding his alleged behavior. However, Evan Neerman, CEO of the crisis PR firm Red Banyan, believes this silence is likely a strategic choice. The name of the game right now is distance. The more separation they can create between themselves and Diddy, the better it is for them, Neerman explained in an interview with Business Insider. He further stated, "There's nothing to gain by entering the discussion surrounding his arrest or the allegations. For those who have known him over the years or have been photographed with him, it's wise to avoid this topic as much as possible and steer clear of the public eye regarding anything related to Sean Combs. Engaging in discussions about Combs while the allegations are still fresh, whether to criticize or defend him, would tie that person's brand to the controversy." Neerman emphasized that in the public's perception, they would become associated with the scandal, regardless of their actual closeness to Combs. Even issuing a public statement to distance themselves could backfire, drawing unwanted attention and assumptions about their relationship with him. As previously reported, a federal judge has ordered Diddy to remain in custody until his trial, citing concerns that he might interfere with the investigation. The judge expressed doubts about Combs' ability to control himself, referencing his alleged history of violence. If Diddy does not change his plea to guilty, a trial, likely set for about a year from now, could see testimonies from his employees, Ventura, and other potential victims. Prosecutors have the ability to subpoena individuals connected to Diddy, compelling them to testify under oath about their observations. Diddy might also attempt to call friends to support him on the stand. However, until that time arrives, and as the public relations strategy shifts from publicists to lawyers, celebrities whose names have surfaced in relation to this situation have no obligation to address Diddy's legal challenges. Neerman also pointed out that since Diddy has not yet been convicted, stepping into the conversation carries additional risk. "I would advise against rushing to judgment, as everyone deserves their day in court and is innocent until proven guilty," he said. Is it looking bad for him right now? Yes. Are there serious concerns? Absolutely. Could he ultimately be convicted? That's a real possibility. But we don't have all the facts yet. What do you think about the silence of Diddy's inner circle? Should they speak out, or is it wise to maintain their distance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're intrigued by this topic and want to stay updated on all things related to Diddy's parties and the celebrities involved, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more compelling content. See you next time.